listen to. Well, you're about to because of your proximity to this speaker system. I was just down in Cocoa Beach, Florida, and just south of Cocoa Beach, Florida is a huge Air Force base that takes up 115,000 acres of oceanfront property. They have military housing on the beach. Major Nelson didn't have oceanfront property, and he was an astronaut with a motherfucking genie. If you gotta have oceanfront, join the Navy, that's all I'm saying. And back that base up 15 miles and let us sell this asset to help pay for this war effort. We can sell it to Israel. They've got a lot of cash. They need a place to stay. That shit ain't working out for them over there. And it's the only part of Florida they don't already own. And we take the money we make from selling the rest of Florida to Israel. We buy Mexico, fix it up, and flip it. Now, we'll have to send down some painters and landscapers because they're all up here. And when they're gone, you're going to wonder where the fuck they went. You ain't going to want to do this shit yourself. Not if you're anything like me. We sell Mexico to a country that can put a ton of cash down, but you know they can't make the payments. Like Peru. Peru has billions and billions of US dollars, they do, in cash, in banks all over Peru. It's our cocaine money they tricked us out of. I mean, it's your cocaine money they tricked you out of. We get all that money back, billions of dollars, billions. And then we finance the balance of Mexico to Peru, right? We let them get behind on the payments. We repossess Mexico. Now we have Mexico free and clear. New paint, new shrubs. And with all that cocaine money, we start buying countries south of Mexico. We buy them all. We buy Belize, Honduras, Nicaragua, El Salvador, Costa Rica. And every time you buy one of those countries, that long-ass wall this country needs to build gets a little fucking shorter, doesn't it? Until eventually we buy back the Panama Canal, which we built anyway, stand there and go, swim this, bitch. So I tour, that's what I do. I go from city to city to city to city. I've done it for 22 years. I've enjoyed every second of it. I love to do this job. I tour with my wife, which I love to tour with my wife because I only have sex with my wife. I like to have sex. I don't have sex with other women. I've been married 3 times, and that has not always been my policy. But I'm 51 years old, and I said if I got married again, I'd quit all the running around. And to tell you the truth, I find a lot of comfort in having one sex partner because she knows what I like, and I know what she won't do. It turns out there's a list of shit she won't do. And the first thing on the list is talk about the list. My favorite byproduct of monogamy, and it didn't even dawn on me that this would be the case, and when I figured this out, I felt a huge weight just flutter off my shoulders. And a lot of you guys might not realize this, so this could be a big night in your life because I'm about to impart to you the most important thing I've ever learned. So, guys, I want you to open up your senses and really take this in. Don't waste this moment, because here it comes. Ready? Here it comes. Guys, if you only fuck your wife, you can't get caught. Feel it? You feel it? Nobody gives a rat's ass. Nobody's ever gonna kick in a bedroom door. You motherfucker, is that your old lady? I may be exaggerating that stroke just a little bit. but still a ferocious piece of ass, although easily winded. If you don't mind stopping and starting, I might be the best fuck on the planet. That's the way I roll, ladies. But my favorite place to have sex is on my tour bus, because if I don't quite have the wind to get her there, I can just holler at that driver, "Pump the brakes!" Faster! Thanks, Pat. Boy, that Pat can fuck, can he? Actually, you can't get caught having sex with your wife. My wife and I were going at it one afternoon, and the housekeeper walked in, which is way better than the other way around. It happens the other way around. You end up saying things like, "I'll pack my shit as soon as it quits burning." We have a great sex life, I think, you know. It's not like our friend. We have these friends that are younger than us, and they have tantric sex, which is a yoga thing where you can have sex for hours and hours, and yeah, we don't do that. We did invent a sexual position that I named the lazy dog. And I'll teach you how to do the lazy dog. What you do is you get in bed there and you get in the doggy style position, and then both of you at the same time, and that's the important part, fall over. Now you're doing the lazy dog. I can stay in that position all night long or until she coughs. Once she coughs me out, I'm out for the night. There's no more lazy dog that night. She sneezed me out one time, and my own dick hit one of my own nuts and hurt it. And now I have difficulty interpreting her sexual noises. She'll be, I don't know if she's about to come or sneeze, which makes me a nervous lover, which causes premature ejaculation. Not a lot of people know that. And not a lot of people know this. It was actually Richard Milhouse Nixon in his 1968 inaugural address who first said, "Shake for me, girl. I want to be your backdoor man." A lot of people think it was Led Zeppelin, but it wasn't. Richard Nixon. I'm like 80% sure. I'm like 70% sure. 50. You know what? It was Led Zeppelin. You know what somebody called me today? A metrosexual. Is that like a local term or something? I don't even know what it means. I'm sitting there getting a pedicure reading Vogue. My wife got me a certificate to get a pedicure because she thinks my feet are nasty. And I went down there, and this poor old Asian woman is trying to reshape my big toe into like a regular-sized toe. And she's got this carrot peeler kind of a tool that she's using to scrape away years of neglected dead skin off these dogs, and she has a genuinely disgusted look on her face. And she looks at me and she goes, "Pedicure not only for you." Now, why I thought that would be funny, I can't remember. Maybe I did it wrong. Pedicure not only for you. Nope. A pedicure not only for you need punchline. Make a mental note. Joke not finish. Add punchline. Make funny for everyone. Mama's the one who got me drinking scotch. Mama loves to drink. She loves her scotch, man. Mama loves all things scotch. She likes Highland scotch, Lowland scotch, single malt scotch, blended scotch. She likes to fucking tape. And the guard. And the hop. And the butter. I'll make a mental note. Do tape last. It's only one funny. I'll tell you a story. It's funny. My uncle came over to my house the other day. My uncle used to be the president of the Southern Baptist Convention. His name is Dr. Charles Pollard. He has a triple doctorate. He has doctorates in theology, psychology, and philosophy. Although I think I still make more money than he does. He's a great man. And he came over, and I was making myself a drink, because I never pretend I don't drink. You might know that about me already. And he goes, "Son, you are never going to find the answers to your problems in the bottom of that bottle." And I said, "I know. That's why I'm going to buy another one." I knew that son of a bitch was a dud the minute I laid eyes on her. Look at that no-answer piece of shit. Take me to the liquor store. I've got some questions. I don't really get along as well with my wife as I pretend. You ever do this? You ever want to say something to somebody and then you don't say it, and then like 2 months later it just comes spewing out like Tourette's and vomit? Just blah. First time I met my wife's sister was at her mother's 75th birthday. They live up in Connecticut, and we took the plane up, and they're very wealthy, and there's a big party of 150 people at this huge house, and we're at a round table of about 15 people down front. And her sister is a published chef, and she owns a restaurant in Connecticut, and she owns a cooking school in France, and she's married to a guy from France. And she's a snob, but they're all snobs, so I figure, fuck, she'll be a snob probably. She's a big old snob, too, big old rounding, big old gal, big old taste everything that comes out of the kitchen kind of a snob, kind of a big old rounding, big old gal, big and whoopah, whoopah. Almost a stay home and go for the records kind of a snob. So anyway, I flew here from Flagstaff because my manager doesn't own a Globe. I flew here on a plane that big, like a pack of gum with 8 people in it, just. We took off from the Flagstaff Airport Hair Care and Tire Center there. We're traveling at half the speed of smell. We got passed by a kite. There was a goose behind us, and the pilot was going, "Go around." We get halfway to Phoenix, we gotta go back. It's a 9-minute flight. Can't pull it off with this equipment. We had some engine trouble. We lost some oil pressure in one of the engines, and they told us about it over the speaker system of the plane, which was stupid because they could have just went, "Hey, we lost some oil pressure." Heard ya. It was weird. Everybody on the plane was nervous, but I'd been drinking since lunch, and I was like, "Take it down, I don't care." You ever had one of those days? Hit something hard, I don't want to limp away from this wreck. The guy sitting next to me is losing his mind. Apparently, he had a lot to live for. He goes, "Hey man, hey man, if one of these engines fails, how far will the other one take us?" "All the way to the scene of the crash." Which is pretty handy, because that's where we're headed. I bet we beat the paramedics there by a half hour.
One of the greatest comics of all time, Mr. Ron White, everybody.
I was working most of my gigs for the Funny Bone Comedy Club out of St. Louis. They own 21 comedy clubs. And I was a prominent headliner for them in 1996 and making about $2,000 a week. And they would fly me to the gigs. And I wasn't paying my taxes, so it even felt like I was making more money than I was. And living pretty fucking good. And so the guy that owned that chain of clubs realized that I was working 42 weeks a year for him, so he didn't have to pay me that much money. Because what the fuck else would I do? You know, where am I going to go get those kind of gigs? You know, I don't know. And so he cuts my pay from $2,000 an air to $1,500 and flat. And I told him to go eat a steaming bowl of fuck. Okay, cut to years later. Blue Collar Comedy Tour happens. We sell 10 million albums. I start touring. I play Radio City Music Hall. I'm, you know, just things I never even dreamed of. I'm from a little dirt town in Northwest Texas. And I'm on my tour bus. It's late at night, and I'm driving back to Atlanta. And Wednesday night, when I get back to Atlanta, where I have a house, and I'm going to be the auctioneer at this huge charity event in a tuxedo. Called the East Lake Foundation, and it's part of the end of the golf season with the East Lake course, and so that's my big charity of the year, so it's a big deal, and I do it every year. And I'm real fucking drunk in my bus, which happens we get what we call bus fucked up in that bus, and your only goal is to stay sober enough to make it to where your fucking bunk is, and I've barely done it. And underneath my bed on the bunk, there's a drawer that's refrigerated, and I can get water, and I've just had a bunch of dental work done, and all these are crowns on the front of my teeth, and one of them had been loose, and it had fallen off, and it was this one right here, that bad boy right there, and I stuck it back on with a piece of toilet paper in there, and it had been on there for quite a while. It stuck on, and it looked great. Look, my teeth look great. None of them are real. None of this shit's real. Not one fucking thing of this is real. And so I'm gulping down this water, drunk on my bus late at night, and the tooth comes off and I swallow it. And I understand the ramifications of this the second that it happens, because we live here too, and the dentist that did it's in Beverly Hills. That tooth cost $2,000 fucking dollars. And I need it for Wednesday night. And I know where it is. So I go onto the internet. What do you do if you swallow a tooth? Well, it says take laxatives, which I figured that was part of it, and shit in a trash can, and then mull around in the trash can until you find your tooth. Now, I literally have a 10th grade high school education. I didn't graduate from high school, didn't go to college, didn't do any of those things. And but still, I thought strainer. Shit in a strainer. Take the strainer over the sink and like you're panning for fucking gold. Just run water over the turd and let it dissolve, and whatever's left is left, but you're not gonna miss this fucking turd, right? So I take everything. I'm doing these fucking liquid things. I'm doing everything because I gotta get this tooth, gotta come out by Wednesday because I need it so fucking bad. And it's really going bad. And I take it, I'm eating a lot of food. I'm trying to shovel this stuff out. You want to hear the rest of the story? It's gross, I know it is. And I'm actually holding the strainer underneath my butt, shitting in it, trying to find this precious piece of porcelain. But then I find at the store this thing where it's a strainer, but it has these things that you can pull out and put it on a pot or a pot. And so now I'm fucking hooked up, right? So I can put this thing down, then put the lid down, and I don't have to hold this thing between my legs to shit my tooth into my fucking bucket, right? So now I'm way more high tech than I used to be. And it's day 2. And I'm like, oh my God, come on, Wednesday, come on. And I'm just so fucking sick of this. I've been sitting on these fucking commodes for 2 days. And I was so sick of it. The only thing that kept me going was I started to pretending that was Nancy Grace's mouth. Because if you just thought, I'm just shitting in Nancy Grace's mouth, and you can keep going, you can keep going for a while. Day 3, turd, nice turd. We catch in the strainer bucket, high tech, take it over, rinsing it off. Last chance for romance right here. My gig is in 4 hours. And there's the tooth. I found the fucking tooth. I put it in the dishwasher. You think I was just gonna shove it back in my mouth? And we go down there, and the fucking gig was postponed to the next night. I was like, anyway.